to see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Let me see your war face. Ah! You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. Ah! You don't scare me. Work on it.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hey, I'm Cody Gross. I'm the head football coach at Athens High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Sorry, I got tickled. Good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live here in Applebee's on WKAC, the Big 1080. It had nothing to do with Applebee's Tailgate Talk. I just saw something, I got tickled. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, Old Tomcat, alongside Todd the Bod Tummelin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. I think Beanie's going to sit in with us some too today in this episode. What do you think, Tim?
We'll use him as our backup.
He leaves like
he's on reserve.
He's on reserve. All right, he's in there in the bullpen waiting to be drug out. All right, we got a great show lined up for you, man. Counting them down, the year's gone fast. We got today and 2 more Saturdays, and then we're done for the season pretty much. So we've got a great show lined up for you today. Look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and on Instagram or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls, as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, Google, and other popular platforms. Here is on your Alexa. I was drooling. I was fixing to drool down my.
You got through that without. Just smooth. I mean,
know.
You went through the popular platform.
I know, right? That's because I was about to drool all over myself, and I wasn't thinking about it. Now that you've mentioned it, I've got to get through the rest of it.
Popular podcast platform. Right. You just spit all over.
I'll just spit everywhere, yeah. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. You can call or text us during the show at 256-8121-TGT. That's 256-8121-848. Our call-in guests come in via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. The special guest segment is sponsored by Yellow Hammer Roofing. Got through it, man. It wasn't too bad either. Absolutely. Special guest today on the show is AP Stedham, our Swami of the Week. Swami of the SEC. Oscar Bonds, a Tanner football coach, is going to call in from the First National Bank. You had to go mention how good I was doing. And I just went in a ditch, man. On the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. We'll talk to him. Coach Michael Parker, Clements head coach, will be joining us, hopefully in studio. David Gough. He's the West Limestone High School golf coach. But crash. Oh, Gough being the golf coach. That's cool. Yeah. There you go. He'll be joining us as well. I think he's coming in the studio here at Applebee's. And we'll have from Biloxi, Mississippi, live, Josh Caray, the voice of the Trash Pandas. We'll be calling him today as well. But our special guest of the day will be a gentleman we've not had on since probably 6 years, I guess. I remember when he was on the first time. Marty Appel, Pinstripes by the Tail. And that's not T-A-I-L. That's T-A-L-E, as in telling a tale.
Yes.
Tattletale.
Marty's a very unique guy.
Yes.
Very unique guy.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for now. Let me toss it over to producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert for
Scores and more.
All righty, we're about to wrap up those high school sports here in the next few days, weeks. State tournament semifinals in soccer were going on last night. Tanner boys beat Westminster of Oak Mountain 2-1.
Sweet.
So the Rattlers are in the title game today against St. Luke's. East Limestone girls, on the other hand, came up short against Springville 3-2. So their season is done. Came up short again this year. Got a little bit farther than last year. I think that they were in the finals last year, weren't they? So I don't know which is worse, coming up short in the finals or the semifinals. Either way, you don't get the blue map. But
I would say finals.
I would say finals because at least you get the
you're that close.
You get the red map at least.
Yeah.
But regional softball tournaments are going on today. They got moved to Albertville. It just rained too much over there in Florence, and so they're going to be playing on the turf fields. Ardmore will take on Springville, and West Limestone will play Rogers. Everybody starts at 11. Okay. And so there you go. Well, let's see. Congratulations to Clements Brady Moore. He had his football scholarship to Troy University.
Oh, congratulations.
So we'll ask Coach Parker about that when he comes in.
Yes, we will.
Later on.
What they recruit him as?
I don't know.
I don't remember either.
Maybe Coach Parker can clear that up for us.
I'm sure he can.
But next week, kind of a twofer. We'll not only do this show, but we'll be live at the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame banquet later on that night. And then in July, we'll be at live at Mud Volleyball for a Cure. So that's kind of where we are this week, 2 weeks.
What are you going to do on your off Saturday, Todd?
I don't know, nothing.
Nothing? No, I hear you.
Whatever gags my wife tell me to do. Pretty much.
He's a good boy.
But anyway, that's Scores and More, along with Todd's plans. Brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, it's only like 10 minutes.
I know
this went fast.
Well, you got any things? Your quarterback went into the portal and then I guess got picked up by somebody.
Texas State, I think, is where he got picked up. I have to look that up. Yeah, TJ went in the portal.
I did not even see that.
And got picked. So, somebody started a rumor that he was going to Ohio State. I'm like, what? Dude couldn't make it at Auburn. I know he's not going to Ohio State.
He wasn't terrible by any stretch, but they probably want somebody to throw the ball a little bit better.
Just a little better, yeah. Now they okay, let's see. I'll find
Texas
where
State.
It is Texas State.
Remember, I don't even remember the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Back late '80s, y'all remember the movie with what was her name? She was a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, and they all went to this crazy little small university. You know what? Anyway, it was called Texas State. At the time, there was not a Texas State.
Okay, it is Texas State, yeah.
And then years later, there became a Texas State, but it was fictional at the time. But it was comedy. It was pretty funny.
Cool. Was that one of them '80s movies?
Yeah.
We used to.
She was a field goal kicker, and then they had like a quarterback. There was a farmer.
Kathy Ireland.
Kathy Ireland.
Yeah,
Kathy Ireland was in it. I can't remember the actress name who played the quarterback. He had like a year eligibility, but he was like 40 years old or something. Anyway, they just put this team together, and they end up, doing pretty good. It's funny though.
Sounds pretty good. Well, all right. Well, now it's time to take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back real soon. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Dakota McNair from West Limestone High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hey, this is Jim Gasker, former Major League Baseball outfielder and first baseman. And you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, Old Tomcat alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we have our Swami of the SEC online here with us on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, Mr. A.P. Stedham.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
So glad to have you on here, buddy. What's new down in Lower Alabama these days?
Yeah, well, we're actually in the big city, Birmingham, Alabama, for the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame weekend.
Oh, cool.
We have Carlos Stansby being inducted from Auburn, linebacker. I see Carlos over there standing in line for breakfast. Got Gerald Wallace from Alabama, Theo Ratliff, University of Wyoming, Demopolis, Alabama, Roman Harper, Prattville, Alabama, Alabama, the NFL. Who else do we have? Jackie Sherrill, Washington State, University of Pittsburgh, Texas A&M, Mississippi State University, University of Alabama. He played a couple of championships. We have the gal from Mobile. Last name is Bonson. She was the first female golfer to get a scholarship at LSU, became the coach of LSU 30-plus years. We also have Roddy White, and we have some honorees. Mark Womack from the SEC, 46 years for the SEC. We also have Rick Carley from Channel 13, I guess, just now. So he's getting honored, and some other people. So it's a nice event, and we'll see some more of the inductees that come back every year to help with the new induction.
You forgot AP Stedham.
Are you going in the Hall of Fame, AP?
Well, he's already there. Yeah.
Oh, he's already there. Oh.
Now, all those people going in, or are they just there at the ceremony?
Yeah, they're going to be inducted. Those people that I mentioned, they'll be inducted. Those are the inductees. Yeah, a lot of there's about 8 of them, 8 or 9 of them. Yeah.
Some of those
and
names,
then the other
like Jackie Sherrill, you'd have thought would have already probably been there.
I know, right?
You know?
Right. He said that. I thought he told me like 10 or 15 of his former teammates are already in there, or something like that. Quite a few actually. Huh. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Isn't Roman Harper on the SEC network now?
Correct. That's right. Roman's on the SEC network, so
that's what I was thinking.
He's enjoying himself. So yeah, Roman, won a Super Bowl with the Saints, and I covered him when he was with the Carolina when he went to the Super Bowl. I think I interviewed him in Santa Clara. I think that was the 50th Super Bowl. I think that was was that the Denver one? Maybe I forgot now. I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was Denver, Carolina. Yeah. So yeah, Roman's here. It's always a lot of fun to visit with him. But anyhow, so anyway, you know what interests me kind of is these quarterbacks transferring all the time. Mm-hmm. Now, I think there were 120 or so in the portal. Wow. 120 quarterbacks, and I don't think all of them got to move up, so to speak. In other words, some of them end up having to move down, right? T.J. Finley's over at Texas State, right?
Yeah, he went to Texas State. Sure did.
Texas State, right?
Yeah. But, talking about that, AP, and I wonder now with all the NIL stuff, are sometimes kids looking at that more so than who can make them a star or playing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you're 100% correct. That is the first question now, not playing time, believe it or not.
It's
the NIL deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
what is my deal? Yeah, so like always, I think things become twisted when you have people in your ear that don't have your best interest.
Absolutely.
That don't have your best interest,
Like, go ahead and get that million now, man. Go ahead and get that million now. You may never get it,
No, they keep putting these thoughts in their head. And another thing is I hear people discuss when they want to arrive on campus, they're mentioning, I'm going to win the Heisman. Okay. Well, we all like confidence. But let's try to beat out the person that was a starter last year. Let's try to beat them all conference.
Yes,
let's try to be all conference.
Those are the kids I want. I want the kids that can come, whether you're being recruited, going in the portal, whatever, be the one to say, I'm going to come in and I'm going to take that dude's spot. That's who you want on your team.
Yeah, that's it. This business about winning this award, all these things, you're not realistic. So somebody's in your ear or you looking in the mirror, you have delusions. We all want to be successful in things, but have some reason. Have some reason.
Well, you got to take that guy's spot before you win that award.
That's right.
Well, I remember Trey Sanders. I remember he came to Alabama. He wanted to win 2 Heisman. I said, I was thinking to myself, son, how about you try beating out Najee Harris first?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Matter of fact, there's an article on one of the Auburn on 3 Auburn Live. The North Texas transfer Larry Nixon. Auburn's recruiting him. He's a very good athlete. He just straight up admitted it in the article. Yeah, NIL means a lot. That's probably going to be one of my deciding factors. I'm like, dude, I don't care if you come or not.
Right.
If that's the way you're looking at it.
No. The ones who are chasing the money, many times they're the ones that underperform.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's all they want is the cash.
Yeah, they get there and they just get lackadaisical and just, hey, I got some money and I don't have to work as hard. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. When I'm looking at talent, I'm saying, well, I give that person all my money. I mean, I think I've told you this before.
Yes.
I would give Julio all my money.
Yep.
Julio Jones, all my money when I saw him play. Andre Drummond, who had a really nice career, I wouldn't give Andre a dime, but I knew he was going to make a lot of money because he was very talented. And I like Andre personally. But the way he practiced, I said, I couldn't give him a dime.
Yeah.
I watched him. Yeah, but I knew he would get top money because he was one of the few guys that could outrun a guard and rebound and defend. Couldn't make a free throw worth a lick, but it worked out for him. Everything worked out for him.
Yeah, he ended up doing pretty well.
But that's the way I try to evaluate him. Yeah, I had an interesting discussion with Jackie Sherrill. Okay, and Jackie was mentioning to me how he would always want to visit with the player and the mother. Mm-hmm. Because what was that relationship? How did the player treat his mother? That was a big indicator of his personality and character. I think that's pretty good. When you're trying to figure all this out, right? You're a head coach. You're trying to make sense of all these players around the country, recruiting them, who should get the scholarship. I think that's a pretty good way to find out something about a player, how they treat their mother.
That Bobby Bowden, when he was recruiting Chipper Jones, he didn't call Chipper, talk to him. He called and asked for Chipper's mom.
Chipper's mom, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you could find out a lot about a person.
Yeah,
because you see all these things happening, and I made some commentary on my show this week. I was discussing some of the things that were happening at Alabama. I know it happens at every place. I mean, not as severe, but you're going to have drugs, you're going to have guns, you're going to have people mistreating women.
Yep.
All these things are going on with student athletes.
Don't remember what year it was, but Auburn had a run through a similar run through that same type thing. Yeah, maybe
right.
Chisholm was there. Right, yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say that. But as an athletic department, you're going to have this adversity. So how do you manage all these difficult situations? Because everybody has their own idea of discipline and how to take care of that situation. So that's how you're looked at by the alumni, the fans, the people from outside. How do you manage these situations? And Alabama has been through a rough stretch.
But people also have to realize, too, we're not there. We're not in those practices.
No.
We're not in those offices. We don't know.
No.
There's discipline being done.
Right.
But we don't know to what extent because I mean, in the end of the day, it's not really any of our business. So, But for people to just say, "Oh, these kids are just skating by, nothing's being done to them," no, they're doing something. We just don't know what.
Yeah. My whole thing, I told you before, I don't believe in suspending the player. I just don't, because I'm penalizing the entire team.
Exactly.
I don't like that. I will discipline him. Oh yeah, he'll know about it. He or she will know about it for certain. Yeah. But I don't like suspending them. They'll learn the lesson the different way.
My always thought was, and I kind of got this from a coach that I had growing up, but like suspensions wouldn't happen because, like you said, that's a detriment to the team. But as, like, say, physical punishment, we all got it. If he had to run, we all had to run. Or, and then that way we could hold each other accountable. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, don't ever make me have to run again.
If you can get some people on the team with every class, senior, junior, sophomore, freshman, we have those leadership groups and holding people accountable. And you're trying to, in the evaluation process, to not bring in somebody that's going to give you a late night phone call. Yep. I'm in trouble. Coach, I'm calling you. I'm in trouble. You don't want those calls, right? There's so many things on your mind. And even when things are going well, okay, you don't need things to go badly for you. And all these things happen. So
here we are talking about kids, and I'm going to transition over to adults because I haven't been on the show last couple of weeks, so I'm sure you've already talked about this. But Brad Bohannon, Alabama's baseball coach, and oh my gosh,
I don't imagine what would make him participate. I don't understand exactly. You're at Alabama, SEC school. You get plenty of money. You're living fine. I mean, how many steaks can you eat every day?
Yeah. So from what I understood, and you know how rumor mills go, right? But
Right.
playing the horses a bit and got way behind on playing the horses, and then put big money on. And first of all, I mean, obviously the man didn't know how to bet, because $700,000 is supposedly what he put on that LSU game. Through his,
that was the number, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's going to raise a red flag in any sporting event, let alone a college baseball game.
College baseball on a Wednesday.
They're going to shut that down because they're going to know something's
smokes.
up.
What happened? The state of Alabama treasurer was betting on the game. Or what happened here?
So,
oh my goodness!
So first of all, if he was betting that kind of money, something he could control. To win, then obviously he was way behind on the ponies, you know. But how do you let yourself in that position go?
I don't know.
That's amazing. And I guess gambling's an addiction and all that and everything. But wow.
Well,
wow.
Yeah, we I think when you see the NCAA having games in Las Vegas.
Yep.
When you see the advertisements, I think they have them probably at Auburn and Alabama about the casinos.
DraftKings and all that stuff too. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's already been accepted. When you see the Manning family involved in gambling, right? That's the Archie's with the president of the National Football Foundation. You see those types of things. I think we're beyond accepting gambling. We've embraced it. We forget accepted. Yeah. We've embraced it. Yeah.
Well, it's because they run that little spot at the end of the commercial that says, "If you have an addiction problem to gambling, please call 1-800-I-CANT-QUIT," or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
That absolves them from all their,
But this country, we gamble, and that's. Like I say, it's at the collegiate level now. I mean, the pros, that's why they used to have the injury reports in the pros, right? Because of the gambling. Yeah. They wanted to know about the players that were injured. So we've embraced those things. And the other thing is that you hate to see is domestic violence. We've seen that.
Yes.
Too much.
We saw something happen at Alabama, right, in the last 6 months or so, and we don't know the circumstances exactly, but
and here's something else that I'm waiting for to creep in, and this is going to sound terrible, and I don't mean it to, but now you're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds that have a lot of them have a significant amount of money.
Oh, yes.
And they're going to put themselves in a situation where maybe they're alone in their dorm or apartment with a young lady. Nothing happens. Maybe she just gets mad because the dude don't want to date her anymore.
Oh, yes.
And then all of a sudden she's like, he whooped me, slapped me, whatever, beat me up, or tried to, rape me.
The allegations, right.
Because they have a little bit of money in their pocket, and now they might can get some of it. So they've got these. They're going to have to. They've got to learn. You can't be out on the town at 2 a.m. You can't be alone at certain times with certain people. You have to live your life a little bit more maturely or securely. I don't know what the word is, but
you have to be cognizant that those situations can arise.
Yes,
that's why Bo Jackson didn't go out on the town when his buddies went out, because he told him, he said, "Look, if anything happens,
it's going to be him.
They're not going to say anything about you.
Nope.
They just don't say it about me."
Bo was in the building, right?
Bo had a good head. Still does. Bo's a smart individual.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that'll happen. Most definitely the person with the brightest star, his or her name will be mentioned first.
It'll be a target. Yeah,
prominently. Yes.
Yeah. Offensive lineman, not so much. Star running back. Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, Pete, tell us the way of the world, man. Tell us how we can see you and Kelly As We See It.
Yeah, AP and Kelly As We See It. We have it on our Facebook. We archive every episode. It's on very numerous stations around the state. And last week we had 3 guests. We discussed Arkansas, Richard Davenport, David Clonger. We discussed South Carolina, and Dick Gabriel, who was the sideline reporter for Kentucky. We spoke about them on our last show. So this week we're gonna be talking football, of course, like usual. But we had those 3 guests. It was a lot of fun to get a little bit in depth with those 3 teams, and we'll probably continue that, just to see what's happening around the league. Yeah. We'll pick out 2-3 teams every week leading up to the season. Then when the season starts, we talk about every team every week.
Yes.
The 14 teams. So,
well, man.
And we'll be going to the SEC meetings in Destin here at the end of the month.
Good.
Yeah, end of the month. Yeah, we'll be in Montgomery, Alabama this week at the Jimmy Rain function.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
Yeah, well, have fun at all those events and at the Hall of Fame today. And
thank you.
Stay safe on the roads. Tell all your ladies we said hello.
All right.
I will to everything you just mentioned.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, AP.
Bye now. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our Swami of the SEC on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, Mr. AP Stedham. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
AP Stedham, Heisman Trophy voter, Maxwell Award voter, and Biletnikoff Award voter can be heard weekly on the AP and Kelly As We See It podcast on Anchor and Spotify. He can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands, Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. 256-566-5298.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens. Your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling? Paint peeling off your walls? Shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Michael Parker, head football coach at Clements High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tom Kent here alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Todd the Bod Tomerlin. We're trying to get Oscar, Coach Bonds, on the phone from Tanner, but not having any luck. So we told you we was going to pull him out of the bullpen.
And we've done it.
The umpire, we got to come up with umpire. Call it perfection or umpire. We can't. Extraordinaire is already taken. Ricky Hargrove, also known as Beanie. What's happening, dude?
How you doing? How y'all doing, man?
I know Beanie.
He's the empire of umpires.
Empire of umpires. I like that, Todd the Bod. The empire of umpires.
Well, after 17 years, you probably call me that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, you called them off.
Yes, sir.
And done a good job. Never, you know what? And honestly, because I can't say this about, I mean, I was an umpire for about 4 years, and I'm quite sure, not only to my face, but other people come up and say, hey, man, I heard you sucked bad the other day. I've never heard that about Beanie.
No, you don't hear that
man,
from
I was
Beanie.
at a game the other day, and Beanie was terrible. I honestly do. So, I mean, hey, as long as you've been calling, and as long as we've all been around each other, and for us never to hear,
right?
You know, like, hey, man, your buddy cannot call.
Hey,
I've never heard him. So
I've been fortunate to be around some
you get to
great
call
guys.
High school volleyball too, right?
I do volleyball in the fall.
Which do you enjoy the best, or is it one the same as the other?
It's about the same as the other. Yeah.
See, I think I'd rather like volleyball, being up high, away from the action. Them girls can throw that softball now.
Yeah, they
so,
can.
You know,
yep.
a little foul tip here there. Boy, I made the mistake calling, some fast pitch softball, thinking, hey, I'm not really gonna wear all my pads or whatever. Wrong.
That's it.
Wrong. You better dress up like you're calling boys because it's gonna hurt worse.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I have a buddy who he's a member of the State of Ohio Umpires Hall of Fame.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And he retired from Goodyear. But when he got involved in calling high school volleyball, he loved it because if you didn't see a call, you could just say redo.
Wow.
And 90% of people sitting up there don't know what's going on.
Oh, I'm sure.
They really don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Now, speaking of volleyball, back in the old days, you had to have your fingers up. You couldn't hit it with your palm. Has the rules evolved?
They've got pretty lax on it. In the last couple of years, the state has.
I mean, yeah.
You know, we used to call doubles and stuff like that.
Right.
You know,
You
when the girls
hardly
hit
see
it,
that.
you don't see that no more because it changed the pace of the game.
I'm sure.
More or less.
That rally point also changed.
And it's one of those calls I never really understood because it doesn't really change. I mean, it's not like you're getting an advantage from it per se.
No, that's
you know?
right. Yeah. So so that's why the state has backed off the last couple of years doing that. And hey, we just let them. You get over the net 3 times. Let's play, baby.
Let's play. Let's do it. Game, move on.
Go move on. You know, you can play some matches in 30, 45 minutes.
Now, a lot of volleyball tournaments, and there's like multiple games going on in the bigger venues and stuff. Does that not get on your nerves hearing all the action across? And I mean, did it ever knock you off your concentration?
Yeah, because you don't, you blowing your whistle, and then somebody right next to you blowing theirs, and it's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, really.
I done the regionals 2 years ago over in at the Civic Center.
Oh,
and we
man,
got
Echo.
You got 10 nets going at the same time.
Wow.
And
then you got all the crowds.
Then you got thousands of people in there
celebrating or hollering or booing at opposite times. And that would be weird,
it's
man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I like outdoor stuff too. You know.
Yeah.
Softball.
What is the most memorable game you've ever officiated?
The most memorable.
Any sport.
I would say softball. And it was 4 or 5 years ago. It was an area tournament qualifier going to state.
Okay.
I had Plainview and Pisgah.
Oh my goodness!
They're 5 miles apart.
5 miles. I know, right up on the mountain.
It's the Hatfields and McCoy.
Exactly. That's a brutal rival.
They hate each other.
Yeah. And they're both good at what they do.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
So. It's a championship game every turn.
Man.
Playing at Plainview.
Oh,
my goodness gracious!
I come out of the dressing room. They was four rows deep around the fences.
Wow.
Them country boys in their 4-wheel drive trucks all around the outfield with rebel flags. and then by the third inning, I look up. There's like 7 county deputies.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
That's how intense it was.
Yeah. Holy smoke,
it
man.
was,
you probably couldn't win for losing on either side.
That's right.
That was a ball. That was a strike. That was a knee. That was an out.
Hey, because the fence was right up on top of me.
Oh, yeah.
And people just right there. I mean, it was. And I think.
Wow.
I think Pisgah won in the bottom of the 7th or 8th.
Oh,
we went
so
to extra
it was a close game.
Yeah, it was real close. We wound up 2-1 or 3-2.
That's one of those where you wish it was just a 10-0 4th inning. Let's go home. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted it, every pitch, you know.
Yeah. Because it's
But to this day, that was the most intense game I've ever been in.
So after the game, did you have anybody come up hollering and carrying on?
No,
did they have to escort you out?
They escorted us all, and
Wow.
we went straight back to the dressing room, and then I sat there 30, 45 minutes, let the
I
crowd
sat there
get out the
longer
way.
than that. I'd have to hear that last big thunderous 4-wheel drive fire up before I
and I'm telling you, that was the longest 2-hour ride home from the mountain.
Yeah,
I was still stressed out.
Well, I was
when
going to say, because it's so intense,
Yeah,
it messes with your mind,
Right.
it's mental, physical, emotional.
And as an umpire that takes as much responsibility as he does, I guarantee you went through every single stinking call you made to make sure that you were correct.
I did. I really did. And, I thought after that game, I'd come down the mountain. When I got back to Scottsboro, I said, I'd be relaxed and everything. No, it was still all the way home.
I mean, even if it had been 2 teams that you're not even familiar with, 200 miles apart, that's an important game.
It was.
I mean, you're advancing to the state and all that, and so that part of it's just intense alone. But yeah, when you got those two teams and that rivalry involved, ooh, Lordy.
It was Sardis and Pisgah?
No, it's Pisgah and Plainview.
Plainview, yeah. I'd have to ask for about, at least $100 of protection money and just a few more dollars for whatever.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Wow.
That was very, very intense. I said, I'll never go back to the mountain.
Now, let me ask you this, because I know how I was when I called. I love calling little kids because they're little kids, right?
Right.
And they're learning and they want to learn and they're soaking it up, but then they don't know how to play ball. I mean, so they're making a lot of mistakes.
You're there waiting on a ball game to break out. Yeah.
And the parents are acting like they're 20-year-olds that are good, and I'm like, no, Mom and Dad, they're not good. But anyway, so I love being around the kids, but then it was easier to me to call older, like high school and age kids, because they know when the ball's hit to them, where to go with the ball, and how to what to do prior to the ball even being hit. They know, I mean, do you enjoy? Because it's probably been a long time since you even called little.
Yeah,
kids
I don't need to do no travel ball no more, nothing like that. It's just these younger rec ball leagues. I got a granddaughter playing now, so I see it from the other side of the fence now. So, but these parents are
Sadie's a good little ball player too.
So they think these kids are signing D1 scholarships tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mama, she's 6.
Yeah.
Okay, she's 6.
That's right.
We're here to learn right now. Yeah.
So these
like I remember being particularly at Owens. I got a terrible memory, but I remember this in Owens Piney Chapel, and I would always tell the coaches this was like circle pitch. Remember that circle pitch back in the day?
Yeah.
The pitcher had to be in the circle, and then everybody had to be on the bases, and then you throw the ball and you hit. And
dead ball.
I would tell the coach for the game, look, we're here to learn. You got an hour and 10-minute time limit or whatever. We're not going to be doing all this. Get out of the circle, try to entice a throw it away.
Yeah.
They need, and I said my strike zone's fairly decent because they need to learn to hit it and they need to learn to field it when it's hit. Tell them that up front.
That's it.
Well, then when I would call it that way, I would call time. And I tell the pitcher, get in the circle, you get your tail on the base.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I said, black ball me, whatever. I'm not sitting here watching tag all night. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, hour and 10 limit or 15-minute time limit, that's not much time.
30 minutes of it spent doing
silly stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
To win a game when the kids are 8 or 9 years old, give me a break.
Exactly.
So when are you done for when do you have a break? Do you have a break now?
Yeah, I'll know today or tomorrow if I'm going to the state finals next week.
Okay.
At Chakalaka in Oxford.
Chakalaka.
Well, I know that
they got a great restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Not too far from Chakalaka.
Yeah. Okay.
So one of the best local restaurants you'll ever eat.
The state's listening, obviously, every weekend. So y'all better pick our boy.
Right.
Yeah, my name was submitted last week.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
I was in Florence for 2 days doing the regionals.
Well deserved too, man.
And like Tim said, they got washed out yesterday, so they had to move to the turf fields in Albertville. I think everybody else finished up, but our region.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, we were talking about being stressed out, and it's hard on the players waiting around to see when they're going to start or if they're going to start or whatever. What's it like for the umpires?
Yeah, take Thursday as an example. Our Wednesday afternoon games at 1:30 got washed out completely. We was going to try to go back Wednesday night, but it did not happen. So we had to pick up our Wednesday afternoon games at 8 o'clock Thursday morning.
Ooh,
so we had to finish that game. And then we had 2 more rounds after that, the 3:15 and 4:45 games to finish them before we could start Thursday's real action.
Wow.
So,
jeez.
I was lucky. I was supposed to have on my schedule for Thursday. I was supposed to have 2 games, one at 12:15 and one at I think 2:30 or something like that, back to back. Well, I got lucky. They mixed all the schedules back up. I got a 10:30 game that morning, but then I had to wait 5.5 hours before my next game.
Oh wow, dude!
So sitting and waiting, and the teams go through the same thing.
Yeah. And then you don't even know at that point really who you're calling yet because the games aren't final, so you can't prepare. Your mind. You've called most of these teams, and you kind of know how they play, how their coaching staffs are, But yeah.
Yeah, it's stressful. I mean, you're sitting around all day and this.
The weather starts moving in. You don't know if it's going to be then.
Yeah.
Right.
And like one bolt of lightning, or not even a bolt, one little stinking flash 50 miles away, you got people going, I got to call the game. And, you know, I'm like, oh, we're 2 outs away from ending this bad boy.
Well, that's speaking of that, Thursday night when I left my game, they was on the last round, and they thought that they was going to get by with the rain coming in. Well, it didn't happen. So they got rained out, and they had a rain delay till like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Oh, man.
One of my buddies walked off the field at 12:38.
Wow.
Friday morning. Because the state told him, you know, in reality, we have a state rule. You ain't supposed to start an inning after 12:01. It's got to stop at midnight. Well, the state director over there, he said, we're going to do what it takes to get these games in.
Yeah.
And then we played, you know. So
I mean,
it was
you
crazy.
know, that's a lot of, you know, is it fair to the kids to be playing that late and umpire? I mean, but then you got to get them in. I mean, there's a lot of tough decisions to be made.
So,
and all that. You know, it's not a right or wrong one, really, probably. I don't know.
Because, you know, they had 7 different regions going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And everybody's got to be in Oxford this week.
Right.
So,
I mean, you got to end it.
Yeah, Monday is a deadline to get all the paperwork in and stuff. So
games start on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
1A, 2A is Tuesday, 3A, 5A Wednesday, 4, 6, and 7's on Thursday and Friday.
And the top 2 teams from the regions
top 2 teams from each region and each classification.
Is it 2 out of 3?
The double elimination.
Yeah. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So that's you know, like our area teams.
So how many teams would that be in a
It'd be 8 teams. It'd be like a final 8.
I guess I was thinking it was a smaller number than that at this point.
It'd be 8 in each classification.
You
know, so going.
Well, we hope you make it down there, Beanie, and we hope you get to call the big state championship game.
That's what my goal is. If not, I'm done for the year. So.
Yeah.
And I'll just wait on when school starts back and do volleyball in August.
There you go, brother.
That's the plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show and brother in Christ, Beanie Hargrove. What'd you call him? The Empire of the Umpire.
Empire of the Umpire.
It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Ardmore's Ainsley Malone, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's, along with a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Hayden Blakely from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. this. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clements Sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
This is Shay McGowan from Mental Edge Performance. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Let me give you some trash talk.
Hey, you want to talk some trash?
Trash?
Trash. Trash. Won't pick it up. Take them like no way. Girl, why not take out the trash?
You don't know how to trash talk, do you?
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, the empire of the umpires, Beanie Hargrove, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We've got the voice of the Trash Pandas on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, Mr. Josh Caray. Josh, welcome back.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Hope all's well.
All is well. It's sunshiny now. We're waiting on the storms to pop up this afternoon, wherever they pop up. So,
okay. Yeah, we had some rain earlier this week down here, but should be good to go the rest of the weekend.
That's great, man. That's great. I was going to ask you how the weather was.
Yeah, it's gotten hot, but it's not too bad right now, and we'll play a couple more here and then head back on home.
Gotcha. So you for those listening, y'all are in Biloxi this week, right?
Yeah, we've gotten through the first 4 games and just trying to get back on track. Hopefully we can get a win today and tomorrow and head back home with some momentum.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, Josh. Is Todd, what do you think the guys need to do to get back on track? Obviously, hitting seems to be a little bit of an issue, or at least lack of extra base hits. I mean, I know there's a few singles here or there, but I mean, is it a combination of pitching, hitting, defense, or is it just, or what do you see them struggling with the most, maybe?
Well, it's just a group of young guys trying to learn to find their way. Double A's trying to step up from single A, and so they're trying to figure out the new pitching and figure out their new teammates and all those things and do it on the fly. And right now it's just a struggle. But this team was playing really well about a month ago, so I don't think it should be a problem getting it back. It's just a rough patch right now.
Yeah, everybody goes through those.
Yeah, and they're just 4 games back. I mean, you know, and with and then with the 2-week homestay coming up, that's going to help a lot, being at home, playing on that home field, and so maybe that'll help them kind of get back on track.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone's kind of banking on right now is, you know, maybe getting back home and getting in your own bed and being around familiar surroundings will help the guys a little bit. But, the last couple of weeks have been pretty tough. And right now, the Angels are just trying to do what they can to support us and help us through this time and try to get back on the winning road.
Yeah. You know, I've thought about this before, and I've probably asked you before, but what's it like for you being on the road and, you know, not being, you know, you're not here, not in your office, you're doing maybe as much typical Trash Panda work as you would do. Maybe you are from your laptop remotely, but, I mean, do you have more time just to kind of hang out, check out the cities you're in, or you know, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I make time for that just because, you know, we're at the ballpark all night, so – you know, during the daytime, I like to get out, walk around a little bit. Biloxi's a great city. We're right in the middle of downtown, so we can go enjoy all the stuff down there. But, yeah, I try to get away from things a little bit and try to take a mini vacation and enjoy that side of it before I have to get back to the hotel and get ready for the game.
Good.
That's cool.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's kind of what I do whenever I'm on the road. But it happens in the evening, so I'm looking at truck tires, man. You can't sit in a hotel room staring at 4 walls all the time. You go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of the perks of the job. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. Find you a good restaurant to enjoy.
Exactly.
What's your favorite spot down in Biloxi, just in case I ever get down there?
There's a place called Caray, which is right up the road. It's about a 10-minute walk. They've got the real authentic Cajun stuff.
Ooh, dude. Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm going to go to a place called Patio 44 later today. It's a little high end, but it's a nice spot. And those are probably my big two.
Sweet. Nice. I love some authentic Cajun.
Mm-hmm. They do a good job over there.
Hard to beat, man.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Beanie, you sitting over there eating, man. You got any questions? I mean, this is our baseball umpire joining us today.
Softball. Oh, okay.
Softball umpire, yeah. So.
Well, it's close enough. I mean,
Well, I asked you, Josh, how are the fans I haven't been in a long time. Last game I went to was down in Jupiter, Florida, with a spring training game, but nobody seems to give the officials a hard time. Is that how it goes in AA or?
Well, it depends. Our folks give the umpires a hard time.
Do they?
But I think for the most part, people understand that it's supposed to be a little more laid back. Everyone on the field is learning, so mistakes are going to happen. You just ask that everyone be consistent. I would say that the folks here in Biloxi are pretty good about things. I think in Tennessee they get on them a little bit, but those are two fan bases, us and the Smokies, who are very into their baseball, very into the competition on the field, and then kind of the other places it's just a little more laid back, and folks are just trying to have a good night at the ballpark.
That's great. Is it still fun for you?
Yeah. I mean, again, chase the dream, getting called professional baseball. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good. That's what we want to keep fun in our jobs. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can't complain.
That's great. But you got.
I don't guess you got. I mean, you were doing stuff with UAB before, kind of on the side, I guess. I don't guess you really have time to do anything like that once Trash Pandas season gets started.
No, Trash Pandas is a full-time job for me, and all the other stuff is just freelance stuff I do during the off season to just for extra income and for to get some tape together and things like that.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, just to fill in the cracks.
Maybe we can get him back on one of our high school football games soon.
Yep.
Well, go ahead.
So, I was going to ask you what's coming up here at Toyota Stadium here in the next few weeks.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah, we got a 2-week homestand. We're going to have Birmingham next week, Chattanooga the week after. We got all-you-can-eat Wednesdays, where for $9 extra a ticket you can have a smorgasbord of different food all night long at a variety of concession stands. We're going to have fireworks shows on Friday and Saturdays. We're going to have happy hours on Thursdays and kids running the bases on Sundays. So a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks.
I mean, fireworks shows and just, I was going through the list of all the stuff. I mean, y'all do such a wonderful job with. And these are the kind of things that bring people in. I mean, it really is, But once they're there, the whole atmosphere and environment is it's phenomenal. It's top notch. I mean, if you're listening and you've never been to a Trash Pandas game, you even think you might like baseball. You got to go. Got to go.
They do something for the kids every inning.
It's amazing.
It's crazy. But I got to give a shout out to the Trash Pandas because they do stuff for the community all the time. I was over there 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I got to umpire a slow pitch celebrity softball game.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And I was down on the field, and it's amazing, and I really enjoyed that. And got to give a shout out to the Trash Pandas for doing that for the community of Huntsville.
Oh, we appreciate that. I know we take a lot of pride in the work we do over there, and we plan on doing it for a very long time. It's a lot of fun, and we're happy to make you guys happy.
Well, I know it's a lot of fun, but it's got to be a lot of work too, man. Y'all keep it. It's like a well-oiled machine now. It really is. I'm sure there's a lot of hiccups behind the scene, but we don't see them out front. So you're doing a great job.
Well, we appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Josh, thanks again for your time, man. We appreciate you. Enjoy. Stay cool.
Yeah, we'll be listening to you.
All right. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the voice of the Trash Pandas, Mr. Josh Caray. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Temperatures are not the only thing starting to sizzle. Fiber fast internet from Ardmore Telephone Company is fire. Switch or upgrade to a gig for only $89.90 a month. Stream summer blockbusters. Use your Wi-Fi to monitor your smart grill. Cool off with connected smart home devices. And so much more. Call 800-830-9946 to get gig connected today. That's 800-830-9946. Introductory prices for new fiber customers only.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
The world is changing.
Changes.
The Tailgate Talk app has changed. It's got a new name and a new look. It's now known as PAS Plus, and it's your home for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, along with James Clements Sports and Calhoun Basketball.
Change, never heard, huh?
Look for the download links at pasnetwork.net or tailgatetalk.net. PAS Plus, Play Action Sports, plus a little extra. PAS Plus from Play Action Sports.
This is Shelby Davis, West Limestone head football coach, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, the empire of the umpires, Beanie Hargrove, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we brought the music in just for this guest right here. It's been a long time since he's been on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Author of Pinstripes by the Tail, Marty Appel. Welcome back, Marty.
Good to be back. Nice to hear from you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first book, this is a different book than what you came in for the first time, right?
Yeah, the first time I think it was Pinstripe Empire, which was the definitive history of the Yankees from their birth. And this one is really just anecdotes from my half century in and around the team.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, this is a really weird question, Marty. This is Todd. So, go to your website, and I'm pretty sure it was on your website. All you have to do is type in Marty Appel, and you get 1 million hits, dude, because you're that guy. But anyway, the very first thing that popped up was Pinstripes by the Tail, but it had a line marked through it. And when you clicked on it, there was like a link available to click on. Nothing would open up. The book is for sale. It's already out there, right?
Yeah, it came out May 2nd. Thanks for telling me about the website. I have to talk to my webmaster about fixing that.
Okay. Yeah. Go. Yeah.
You don't want Todd the Bod to come down there and open up a can.
Yeah, boy.
Up there.
I'm a scary dude, man. But anyway, I'm glad I mentioned that to you because, obviously it's not something working right on it. But now growing up, I admitted to you this last time, I admitted to you again, not a big Yankees fan, dude. Just not a big Yankees fan. Respect them, obviously, because tremendous organization, just kind of, especially when I was growing up, I'm 57, so, back in the day, y'all were just kicking everybody's tail and still are today. But I did love Thurman Munson. I loved Thurman Munson.
See? Well, I had the pleasure of working with him as Yankees PR man for most of his career. We established a friendship through being together, starting with the signing out of Kent State. And when it came time for an autobiography, I was privileged to be selected to work on it with him.
Okay. I wonder how
And
that
then
happened.
30, because he wasn't really interested in doing a book like that. And by the way, the book has just been reissued called
I saw
Therm.
that. Yep.
Yeah. He wasn't really that interested. He was still thought of himself as too young for an autobiography, but I explained to him that somebody's going to do one about him, which he'll hate. He won't make any
Yeah,
money.
at least he might as well have the say and get paid. Yeah.
Yeah, so with that as the logic, we did that book together.
Well, you mentioned about being the PR guy. Now, at 19, you're the mailroom guy. How does a 19-year-old mailroom guy become the youngest public relations guy in Major League Baseball, dude? That's crazy.
Well, an opening occurred while I was the fan mail clerk to be assistant to the PR director.
Oh.
Bill Guilfoyle had left to go to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The job was open, and Mr. Fischel offered it to me, so I became his assistant. And then after George Steinbrenner bought the team in 73, Bob left to go to the American League. The position was open, and Mr. Steinbrenner called me in and asked me if I thought I could do the job. And my answer was an honest yes, because I'd been trained by Bob Fischel, who was the best PR guy in baseball. So with a lot of confidence, I got the job and didn't give much thought to being the youngest, but as time wore on, I realized I was, and what a unique distinction that was.
Yeah, you get in a room with a bunch of other PR guys, and you realize you're 10, 15, 20 years younger, then you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
It's true, really, because Mr. Steinbrenner himself didn't know the culture of the game, meant that most of the PR guys had been newspaper men covering the team for decades. So I was kind of a fresh face to that equation, and it all worked out.
Well, absolutely it did.
So, I'm sorry. Listen, I was
just going to give you an opportunity.
No, you go ahead, but if you got something ready to go. You liked Thurman Munson. My favorite, I have to say my favorite Yankee was Bucky Dent. Because especially what happened with the big home run. Bucky was not a power hitter. He hits one over the Green Monster.
Yeah.
And gets that distinct nickname that all the Boston fans began calling him.
Well, of all the unlikely heroes that fall, Bucky was certainly among that short list. And that home run lives on forever.
Yes, it does.
Sure does. Another book you written about someone is Casey Stengel, which I can't imagine how much fun that probably was, him being the character that he was. Tell us a little bit about that book.
Well, he was voted baseball's greatest character by MLB Network when they first went on the air. And there had been Casey biographies before I did mine, but none of them had available to them the archives of all the little newspapers in all the little towns he played and managed in early in his career. So I was able to tap into those and find long-forgotten anecdotes about what a character he was. His first team was Kankakee, Illinois, and the ballpark was next to an asylum for the insane.
Oh, my goodness.
Which they called it back then.
Yes.
And the players used to say, well, next year all of us are moving up to AA. But he, pointing to Casey, he's going there, pointing to the asylum.
Oh, man. Well, I bet that was a fun book to research and do all the history on and write. You've got 4 books in publication, is that right?
Right.
All right. Do you have
25 actually.
25, okay. Do you have a particular one that you like more than the others?
Well, my special favorite will always be Pinstripe Empire because that's the history of the team.
Yeah.
It hadn't been done since the 1940s when Frank Graham wrote it. And I felt I was really contributing something to American culture. Baseball being an important part of the culture, and
well, you got to live.
No narrative. Yeah, and I was there for a good portion of it, and through Old Timers Days and other associations, I got to know a lot of the people who formed part of it. One of the early interviews that I did was with the guy who managed the team in 1914. So that was really reaching back for a connection.
Yeah.
Were you around when I think this was done in? I think it was done in Royal Stadium. The epic Billy Martin, George Brett, Pine Tar on the bat episode.
I was around, and it was Yankee Stadium.
It was Yankee Stadium. So were you there when that happened?
I was there.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, that's awesome.
Just anything you can tell about that. That was...
It was so crazy.
It was awesome. Brett lost his rabid mind.
Well, I've still never seen anybody get as worked up as George Brett as he did that day.
Yeah.
So I think he really believed he was cheated. He wasn't putting that on. But they did the Lee McPhail, the American League president, ruled that the game had to resume from the point at which it stopped. Brett was already ejected from the game, so he wasn't even there. He waited at the airport with some teammates who were also ejected. And they finished the last 4 outs of the game in front of like 10,000 fans at Yankee Stadium.
Wow.
And we all got a can of Pine Tar and a T-shirt that said, I was there for the Pine Tar game.
Oh, my gosh, dude. That had to be quite the experience without a doubt.
Great days. I mean,
I thought Brett was going to have an aneurysm. He was livid.
Yeah, I really have never seen it since or before. That was the maddest I ever saw any player on the field.
Sticking out of his neck, man.
I think the biggest thing that made him so angry is that Billy Martin got something over on him. Because he didn't just say, oh, I think we'll go check that bat. He'd been watching George Brett pop that Pine Tar on that bat. Higher and higher for a long time.
You're probably right about all of that, yes.
Well, now, let's get to Pinstripes by the Tail.
Yes, let's get to that.
Are there some, you said it's a collection of anecdotes, or are there some you can pass along to us?
Oh, yeah, and one that sort of exemplifies the sort of anecdote, because this isn't deep into team history. This is just sort of discovering the players anecdotally. So one story that I like to tell is one day I was walking with Whitey Ford on Fifth Avenue in midday on a beautiful day in Manhattan. So you can imagine how many thousands of people we passed while we were walking those 8 blocks. And finally, near the end, I turned to him and I said, nobody has recognized you or even indicated that they think you look familiar. What's up with that? And he turned to me and he said, well, if I was walking with Mickey Mantle, we'd have a police escort, but I'm walking with you.
Zing, man.
So that tells you all you need to know about Whitey being a slick New Yorker and the type of anecdote that's in the book.
Oh, my goodness.
That is great.
How many such anecdotes do you have up in there? I mean, is it one a thick book, real heavy, or... Imagine
no, it's about 300 pages, so there's about 175 anecdotes. When I was a kid, I used to love reading books with short tales, lots of white space, lots of pictures.
Yes.
So I set out to do just that, and that's the formula that I stuck with. I wrote the whole book in 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
No phone calls, no research, just tapping into my memory, one story after another.
Wow.
That's great.
That is awesome, man. To be able, and to have for you to be able to experience and have all those memories, you know, and then I'm sure it was cool for you to go back and reflect on them, and then you probably thought of stuff maybe you hadn't thought about in years. You know, you remembered one thing and went, oh, man, I forgot about that or this, you know, so that's really cool.
Well, I told my editor right at the beginning, I said, look, you're going to tell me that they need to be better connected. There needs to be sort of a thread that carries one story to the next. And I'm telling you, no, picture 5 guys sitting around a table at Applebee's sharing stories. Nobody cares if they connect. So that's what this is.
It's the story that counts.
That's right. That's awesome. Now, and that's a perfect read, right? You know,
yeah.
No, everything doesn't have to connect. It's just, it doesn't.
We prove that every week.
Prove that every week.
We're
sitting around a table at Applebee's.
Yeah, 4 or 5 of us
going in the ditch every now and then.
You do a good job with it.
Well, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Todd mentioned a while ago not particularly being a Yankees fan, and I thought the Yankees and Alabama are kind of the same.
They are.
They're
dynasties.
I guess you either love them or hate them, but
nothing in between.
They're doing something right. So.
I'm going to take your word for that. To be honest with you, and this wouldn't surprise you listeners, I don't think, but in New York and in the Northeast, we have such a paucity of college football. It's just not a big sport here.
Right.
Yeah, so when I watch Bama on TV or other SEC games, I'm like amazed at the loyalty of the fans and the magnitude of the crowds. Because in New York City, the closest big-time college football we have is Syracuse, which is a long way off.
Yeah.
Or maybe Rutgers or Boston College. Nothing in New York City at all. So it's a weird experience to watch it from New York.
Yeah, and we're the same where we're located. I mean, the closest professional baseball team's Atlanta. And in
St. Louis.
In St. Louis, and NFL's, Tennessee, Nashville. So, and then for years we didn't even have that.
Exactly.
So, we're that's why in the South, the college is more embedded in us than I think pro sports. We support the pro sports, obviously, but not to the levels we do college. No.
And I should add that before Major League Baseball really hit its stride with the arrival of Babe Ruth in the 20s, college football was the number one sport in the United States.
Yeah.
So that's what it took. It took several decades for baseball with Babe Ruth to finally surpass college football in national interest.
Well, and speaking of that, where do you think the game of baseball is today? I mean, like I said, I'm 57, and unfortunately to me, it's not as important to me as it was when I was 7, 17, even 27 or 37. I don't know. As I've gotten older, I don't know. The games have gotten longer. The teams with free agency and all, like when we were growing up, man, you knew every player, every position. You even knew the backups because the team stuck around together for so long.
Exactly. The Yankees kept their guys.
Right. You knew everybody from every team.
The Reds kept their guys for years. The Big Red Machine, I remember that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, go ahead, Todd.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, what do you think the state of the game is? I mean, it's still healthy, obviously.
I think it's on the upswing. Everything you say is correct. Except for the length of games, which are shortened by a half hour this year, which everybody seems to love.
And I do like those new rules. I didn't think I would, but yes, I do.
Yeah, me too. The rise of the National Football League and the NBA, particularly these last few decades, back to the 60s kind of, have sort of clouded baseball's presence on the map. But young fans who are just discovering the game realize why it's been going strong for over a century.
Yeah.
And I think these shorter games, of kids being able to go to sleep at 9:30, they're going to help a lot.
Heck, me too.
Well, Marty, let us know where we can find your book.
The book is Pinstripes by the Tail. It's available on Amazon and bookstores. Support your independent bookstore, I like to say.
Yep.
And it debuted May 2nd at number 5 on the Amazon bestseller list.
Sweet.
So partly that's just national interest in the Yankees. Partly because it got some nice reviews, and I'm happy it's well received.
Oh, great. And don't forget to have your webmaster check your website.
Yes.
On that, so people can actually go to your website as well.
Thank you for alerting me.
Yeah.
Thanks for alerting me.
All right, Marty. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate it, and let's do it again sometime.
Okay, great to talk to you.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Take care. That was the special guest segment sponsored by Yellow Hammer Roofing, ladies and gentlemen. Marty Appel, Pinstripes by the Tail. Probably, they say, 150 stories of him with Yankee players.
I mean, with all his experience,
oh,
I'm
my
sure
goodness
it's awesome.
gracious. I guarantee it's got to be. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands? Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. 256-566-5298. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hey, this is Will Lowry, former safety for the University of Alabama, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside Todd the Bod. Tom, and we're going to change Beanie's nickname. He's not the Empire of Umpires. He's the Emperor of Umpires.
Oh, there you go. Wow, that's even better.
There you go, yeah. And producer extraordinaire, Tim Lambert. And we've got on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, the head coach of the Clements Colts, Coach Parker. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you, sir. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing well. Got some big news for Brady yesterday.
Yeah. He waited a little late to decide whether he wanted to do something or not. So we got him in there at Troy. So Coach McKissick down there, he and I have a good relationship.
Good.
So we got him somewhere to go. So maybe he'll go and succeed and do the community proud.
Yeah. Now, what do they want him to do?
There you go, Todd. No, that's what I was going to ask. Go ahead.
What do they want him? What are they looking at him to play? What position?
Well, when we talked, he talked about linebacker.
That's what I was going to say. His size and speed, middle linebacker, would be exactly where he needed to be.
Yeah, he said that he's matched up well with their linebackers down there as far as size and speed and strength and ability. So he said he matches up well with the ones they have. So we're looking forward to watching him.
Yeah,
hearing from him.
You'll get down there and get on that training program at eating food and in that weight room. He'll be a beast here in a couple more years.
It's funny. I was in Troy Tuesday night. There ain't much in Troy.
No.
But Troy University. And the funny thing, Alabama was playing Troy, the baseball team. But rain was coming. I was going to get out and watch them play, but rain came. I'm like, no, go back to the room.
I don't blame you.
There you go. You had lift-a-thon this week.
We did, man. We had that Thursday night. Try to have that during the middle of spring practice. That way the communication is not a breakdown in the communication. I can remind them every day and let them know what's going on. And it's a good fundraiser because springtime, spring football going on. Everybody's excited. It's a good time to have it. We've done really well with it. Kids worked hard and had some, several PRs broken. So
good.
We worked really hard this off season. They had an opportunity to show that to the community and to the parents, and that's the main thing. Just trying to make it a community thing and getting everyone involved.
Well,
Hey, Coach, this is Beanie. We were just wondering, how much did the old principal, did he get down on the bench with y'all?
All he's going to talk about is what we did wrong.
That's right. That's him. That's him.
I was going to say, that's when you say, well, get down there and show me how to do it there, Coach.
We'll be getting a text
Principal.
Yeah, we'll be getting a text here for a long.
He didn't want to mess up his hairdo, probably.
I have to watch how far I can take that. I'm a check.
Yeah, you're in a different position than we are. He can't do nothing to us.
That's right.
We can drag him all day long. We'll do it for you. How about that? We'll just. Oh man. So, how did spring go? Like, how do you feel like you're going into next year? And how many do you think is going to be out there on the team if everybody stays together?
Well, you got a spring game coming up next week.
That's right. Spring game's coming up.
Yeah, we play Sheffield next Friday night.
Where at? Over there? Okay.
Sheffield, yeah. Coach Dickerson is in his first year over there. So he's done a really good job with them, and they're getting better too. So,
now how y'all gonna run the game?
Should be a fun game. Well, we're gonna let the JV kids play the first 6 minutes, and then we're gonna reset everything and play a full game.
Okay.
So,
what? Well, good. That'll be interesting.
6 o'clock. So, shouldn't be out there way too late anyway. Spring's going good. We got 15 days to get 10 in, so we spread them out over the course of 15 days. Next week we'll go every day. But offensively, I've done the unthinkable. I've given up the reins, calling the offense, so we're going to see how that works out.
Okay.
Well, I was going to ask you, the graduation of Jamie and Brad and a couple of others, who you got running the show this year?
Jaden Gilbert's going to he's returning for us. So, he's very familiar with the offense. And Coach Johnson's took over the offense for me. He's the offense coordinator now. So, and he's running the same thing I've been running. He's very familiar with it. So, it's not a huge gap there. So,
yeah.
The kids really, they know the offense because they know what we've been doing for the past few years. We've got some new things we're putting in, but offensively, kids know it. So I had an opportunity to hire Coach Bobby Earl Green to come in and do the defense for us.
He'll be a good one.
He's come in, he's putting in his defense and doing a great job with that. Kids are responding well to it. So sort of simplifying it and trying to get kids to get after the football.
Yeah. It's going to be weird for you, Coach, obviously, after calling, the plays all that time. But, at some point, man, it's probably going to be not a relief, but, it's going to give you more opportunity to do more coaching.
It's going to give him more opportunity to watch them officials and make sure they
that because you're going to be able to focus on the play at hand and not have to be thinking a play or two ahead each time. And then maybe if the defense is struggling, you can walk over there for a few minutes and talk to the defense instead of having to be right there. So hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I hope you do.
Well, I hope I do too. It's my job to keep that team ready to go, but it's also my job to prepare coaches for the future. And Coach Johnson's going to be a really good one. And he's working his tail off. He does everything I ask him to do. He's very loyal. So, I need to be loyal to him and try to help him prepare for his future too. So it's working out good. It really is. He lets me say whatever I want to say, so I'm good with that.
Well, you're still the head coach, so, you've got your say.
Yeah.
I was wondering how hard you thought it was going to be to keep from maybe offering your suggestions in quotes.
Well, my wife don't think I can do it. So.
Well, she knows you best.
She does know me best. She's encouraged me to do it, but she don't think I can. So I'm going to work really hard at letting him run the show, and if he needs help, I'm going to try to help him as much as I can. But we're going to see how it goes. I've never been in a situation where I could do it, and now I am. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
But she is an intense coach's wife. I noticed that last year. When she's in the stand, she's about the game and she's about what's going on.
Yeah, and you ain't talking about me up there, are you? Because she'll let you know.
Yeah, there might have been some. I never said a word about you, but there may have been some others. But if there was, she would turn around and give them that stink eye. She didn't like it worth a hoot, man.
Oh, hey, if I don't have another fan in the bleachers, I got one.
You got, and that's she's the toughest one too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But, yeah, everything is going good, man. We've had a great off season. Had some transfers come in. It's really going to help us. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's good. We are too, Coach. Wishing you the best.
Excited for y'all.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll go whoop up on some Sheffield Bulldogs.
We're gonna try our best.
Sounds great. Yep. Well, appreciate you taking your time to join us, Coach. We'll let you go, and we'll holler at you later.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys and what you do for us.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, sir.
See you.
Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of Clements High football, Coach Michael Parker. And we have not got a text from the principal at Clements just yet, so we must have not.
Girls must have a game.
All girls playing softball. That's what it is. Hey, we took that call on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talking to WKAC, the Big 1080.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
This is First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Mason Butler from Clements High School, and I love First National Bank. They make it easy for me to balance school, work, and my social life. With convenient services like online banking, bill pay, and the mobile app, I can take care of my finances without having to worry. I can check my balance, transfer funds, and I was even able to apply for my checking account online. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Submit your own nominations for future polls too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hey, this is West Limestone Boys basketball coach Justin Taylor, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, the emperor of umpires, Mr. Beanie Hargrove, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, our team member, 1 Adam 12 Dotson, at the soccer complex at John Hunt Park. What are you doing, brother?
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Man, it's going good, Smelling food in here. Got some snacks. You missing on? Chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, and stuff like that.
I tell you what, you're a good man, and this is going to sound terrible, but I mean, there's a whole lot of things I'd rather be doing on a Saturday morning than be John Hunt watching soccer.
But this is Adams, man. This
I
is
know you're
Adams.
young.
But I love
Y'all
some
like
soccer.
that stuff. I'm old. I do not like that stuff.
No, hey, I love some soccer, man, and I'm telling you what, they're doing a lot of construction over here, so they're shuttling everyone from Joe Davis over to John Hunt.
Oh,
and I don't
wow.
know. And I don't know if y'all know this, but real men don't take shuttles. So I've been walking, and I've been losing pounds, and
Look at
I've
you.
just been exercising.
Good for you, dude. Good for you.
So thanks for the updates last night and what you've been updating us for. So who's playing? Who are you watching right now currently, and what's coming up for the rest of the day that you know of?
Yeah, man, it's been a good time over here at John Hunt. I love watching some soccer, and right now we got the Sparkman Lady Senators. They're going up in the title game right now against Auburn. The game got delayed a little bit, so they're probably about 15 minutes into the game right now. I don't have a score to update for you. Okay. I wanted to go over to my car just to make sure y'all can hear me okay.
Gotcha. One of my Twitter followers, and I follow her, she follows me, her daughter's playing over there today at Auburn. I mean, from Auburn up there at John Hunt. So.
Yeah, but, there's been some good soccer. Unfortunately, two of the Limestone County schools ran it yesterday, and Tanner won, which was awesome for Tanner to win. But unfortunately, the East girls were not able to pull it out. But I'm telling you, both games were great. Both teams looked great, and it was just unfortunate that East wasn't able to pull it out. But I'm excited for Tanner here at 3:00, taking on a very good team in the title game, and hopefully they can bring it home.
Yeah,
who are they playing, Adam?
Man, I can't remember off the top of my head.
St. Luke's Episcopal.
St. Luke's Episcopal, another private school.
Yeah, it was one of the Montgomery private schools is what I know, or one of the, Foley, Fairhope area private schools. But, they've been taking on private schools plenty to playoffs.
There's a lot of that in
their
soccer.
first goal.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Is 7A by itself, or is it 6, 7A combined?
It's 7A by itself,
Okay.
6A by itself, and then 5A and 4A are also by itself too now.
Okay. So then it's 1A through 3A?
It is 1A through 3A.
Okay.
It used to be 4A, 5A, and which included schools like Indian Springs, even though they're 6A now. But it really divided up things for, paths for 5A, paths for 4A. And, obviously we got to cheer on the Rattlers pretty hard today at 3 o'clock.
Definitely.
And, it's just crazy. East Limestone, they took on Springville yesterday, and I was at the game. And, the field was a little wet, but it wasn't nothing. I mean, both teams were playing on it. And, Springville just scored first. And when you score first in soccer, it just changes the mentality completely. And I got to give East credit. They ended up going down 3-1.
Yeah.
And they actually had some opportunities to really get back in that game. But as you know how good of a team East has, they have that really good striker, Lily Hosmer.
Yep.
And I've never seen a team do what they did against, like, defending a player. So as you know, in corner kicks in soccer, the defenders oftentimes get involved in the corner kicks because they're tall and they're good at heading the ball in.
Mm-hmm.
They kept all 4 of their defenders out of corner kicks just to make sure they could guard Lily and not let her get a breakaway.
Wow.
So, and, a little backstory on that, when East Limestone beat Gunnersville the week prior, they literally had a girl in Lily's hip, basically in her pocket the entire game. And I don't know if Springville just picked up on that, but Lily still scored a goal, and Brianna Proudfit scored a goal, but they came in there with a really good game plan.
Paid off for them.
Yeah, no, it was good for them.
Yeah.
When Springville was number 2, right?
Yeah, Springville was number 2, and it was good for what I mean. It was good for East to see them, not hang their hat and keep trying to win the game, even though they're down 3-1. They ended up getting it 3-2, and had some other opportunities that just didn't break their way. But yeah, now Springville is in the title game now. They take on Gulf Shores. Should be an interesting game. I'm personally rooting for Springville just because I would like for the team that East lost to win the title, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's always kind of a dilemma for me because, if my team gets beat, do I want that team to go ahead and win, or do I want somebody to beat them?
Yeah. I've always been to say, well, at least we lost to the state champion.
Yeah.
Myself.
That's what I think.
That's the way I feel.
I try to think that way, but sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when it's the team that puts you out.
I guess it depends on who the team was.
Yeah. Yeah, and how they were. Yeah.
Well, I hear you on that. Like, for example, like I was rooting for San Diego State after they put out my beloved Crimson Tide in March Madness. It was hard for me, but I wanted to lose to the national champions. And obviously I have way more personal ties and close relationships with this East team, including their head coach. And so I absolutely hate it for them, but I think a lot of them would rather, lose to the state champions as well.
Right.
Well, you interviewed the Tanner team yesterday, I believe it was. What's their mindset going in here? I mean, I know they hadn't won that blue map yet, and we don't want to see another number one team go down today. So.
Yeah, no, I want to give a shout out to Coach Matt Smith real quick over there at Tanner. I mean, that guy, he comes from a football background and decided to pick up soccer because he saw that there was a void that needed to be filled, and has really not only educated himself, like going to clinics and what have you, but he's surrounded himself with people who really, really know the game, including a guy, Coach Marino, who was on that 2016 team that made the Final Four.
Yep.
And so, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say another thing. You bring up a great point, because Matt could have easily just taken the position and let other people come in and do the actual coaching, and him
just took a paycheck.
Just took the check. But he didn't. And through the years, you've seen him, like you said, learn more and more. He loves it. He loves it. He loves his players. He loves the sport, and he's created him quite a self-little dynasty there.
He has.
Truly has.
No, there's no doubt about it. And I interviewed Christian Cruz, their goalie. He gave up his first goal of the entire tournament yesterday, and it was only one. So before then, I think what Cruz told me is almost half their games have resulted in clean sheets, which is soccer lingo for a shutout.
Wow.
And
learned something today.
Yeah.
there you go. And I interviewed a player named Justin Marino. He's Coach Marino's little brother, and man, he can absolutely make you look silly out there. If I am remembering correctly, he has over 30 goals this season, and he's a freshman.
Wow. That's crazy.
So you bring up dynasty. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, some of this team's best players aren't even juniors. I mean, they're sophomores and freshmen, eighth graders. But don't get me wrong, they got some senior leadership too. So I had a great time interviewing them. They were very confident but not cocky. I think they understood that it was really nice having two coaches on the staff who have been in the Final Four before. And I think it's going to catalyze them to a title today. I really do.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just wonder how much demonstration Coach Smith does for his players.
And for those who are listening who don't know Coach Smith, he's about 6'6", 6'7", 325, boys. I don't know.
He's a dude. He's
a man. Listen, I've been trying to get him in the wrestling ring for years. Me and him would win the WWE championship. I would take him right to the top, but he won't do it. So, but yeah, he's a beast.
The first time I met him. The first time I met him, I mean, I was like, do I have the right guy?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. He's a freak of nature and an awesome one at that. But yeah, Tim brings up a great point. I can't see him really showing off the footwork.
Yeah,
But hey, you were talking about a guy who has a heart of gold. I mean, you look no further.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look no further. I mean, what that guy does for a bunch of kids, and quite frankly, the Tanner community, which is starving to get back to their premier athletics days, and they're on the right track. Football's doing really well right now. Their basketball team did really well. I mean, you can go down the line of sports at Tanner that are kind of really, really starting to ramp up again.
Yeah, they're bouncing back.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it. And like I said, that game is at 3:00 today, and I can give y'all updates on that. I'm sure y'all will be very curious to hear how our Rattlers are doing.
Please do. Tim, that way Tim can share it with his PAS network followers on social media.
And to all of the listeners out there, Springville brought a mascot to their Final Four yesterday. It looked like Aubie, but like a yellow and purple Aubie. And I'm challenging the schools of Limestone County right now to start bringing mascots to every sporting event, because I thought it was it obviously didn't give anyone the advantage, but I thought it was a good way to show support to the girls, to the guys out there playing.
Yeah, it'd be difficult for Tanner to bring a mascot.
Oh yeah, bring a snake.
A real rattlesnake. Yeah.
Well, I saw where they were trying to get the band to come out. for today's game.
That'd be cool.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah,
I mean,
put a call out
Tanner's
there.
band. Tanner's band. They know what they're doing. First off, they're led by a great band director.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest because I don't know how much y'all know about this. I'm sure y'all saw photos, but some of Regina Smith's photos on Facebook. But Tanner showed up in droves yesterday.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're probably the most well-traveled team there yesterday, other than Sparkman and Huntsville.
Okay.
But that's a distinct advantage that like Gulf Shores has to drive up from the literal Gulf to come play at John Hunt. But Tanner, it's about 45-minute drive. Sparkman, it's probably about 20. And Huntsville, I mean, it's their own backyard. So I think it's nice seeing these North Alabama schools kind of get a little bit of a traveling edge, to say the least.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Adam, thank you so much for joining us, man. Hope you can make it back next week and in the studio with us.
Be safe, man.
I'll be there. We have Applebee's next week.
Yes.
All right, great. I can't wait to have some chicken tenders. See you guys.
See you, buddy. Take care.
All right. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 Adam 12 Dodson on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. Time to take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with David Gough, West Limestone High School golf coach. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We'll be right back.
Tailgate Talk is on Facebook. Just search for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, like our page, and post your questions, comments, or ideas for the show. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back on 1080 WKAC.
Temperatures are not the only thing starting to sizzle. Fiber fast internet from Ardmore Telephone Company is fire. Switch or upgrade to a gig for only $89.90 a month. Stream summer blockbusters. Use your Wi-Fi to monitor your smart grill. Cool off with connected smart home devices. And so much more. Call 800-830-9946 to get gig connected today. That's 800-830-9946. Introductory prices for new fiber customers only.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hi, this is Ray Scott, former Detroit Pistons player and coach, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, the emperor of the umpires. The emperor of the empire of the umpires, Beanie Hargrove. We're still working on this, streamlining this nickname here, brother. We've got, yes, we know the play on words. The West Limestone head coach of golf is David Gough, but it's spelled G-O-U-G-H, kind of like cough with a G, right?
Absolutely, yes,
All
sir.
right. And he's brought his daughter, 7th grader, here. What's your name? Lainey. Well, welcome both of y'all to the show. There you go. Give Lainey a headset there.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's talk some golf, man. West Limestone in 2008, 2009. My children were there. They didn't have the luxury of a golf team. So But how's the progression of West Limestone golf coming?
So I've tried to kind of dig in and see what the history is, just so we kind of know where we're at and where it's been. And really, we kind of drew a line in the sand starting this year, because the last couple years, maybe the last decade, like you said, if we've had a team, it hasn't been taken very serious.
Right.
And you hear stories about, kids showing up in possibly some boots to a county championship, things like that. And I feel like we can put a better product out there as a school and as a program. And really, you drew a line in the sand, and we set some expectations that I thought needed to be there, especially
if you're going to coach a golf team. Exactly.
Yeah, and my little one Lainey here has played in some pretty big events across the country, and I guess we've seen that side of golf. And then you kind of come back to the county, and I don't know if it's taken as a serious, and they understand what that actually is, and when you get in big moments, what the tournaments look like, what the expectations are, all of those things. And then we tried to grow some excitement. I used obviously my little one to do some recruiting out there.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be able to have a full boys and full girls golf team this year, and I didn't know if we were going to be able to do that. But when we had sign-ups, we almost had to do cuts. We had
really? Fixing to say, I know a lot of people from West Limestone plays a lot of golf. They're probably as excited as you are to have everybody show up like that.
They just needed you. I mean, honestly,
they needed direction.
They needed that direction in order to point them in the right direction to get them on board. And so, wow, because I when you said that, it just blew my mind, because I didn't think you'd have 3. Honestly, and not just because it's golf, but just because it's a smaller school. There's other sports at that time of year, and you're competing against that as well. Like, man, I want to play baseball or softball or whatever the sport might be. You got to be committed to play golf.
You do, and the kids that play football, basketball, and they don't play softball, baseball, soccer, there's no avenue for them out there that they thought of. And this is something that obviously it's not a team sport, but the mental side of golf will help prepare them for what they're going to do, on the flip side of football and everything else. It just helps prepare them, and it makes you just a different kind of person to be able to handle bigger moments.
Right. Well, that is, and it's on you. It's an individual mental thing, and that only helps moving on to another team sport or classwork or anything, really, to be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, they're all going to have jobs at some point in their lives. They're all going to be in critical pressure moments, and you're going to have to be able to dig down and focus and be able to get through some of those things. And there's just a lot of life in golf. Right. I'm a baseball guy. I played college baseball, and I've coached high school baseball locally, and I never thought I'd be coaching golf when it's baseball season. But there is another avenue for kids who don't play that. So that's what we went after football. We went after cheerleaders, girls and boys that are great athletes that we thought we could pull in and show them a different side.
All right.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, when you practice golf, I know we're Lauderdale County kids. I've played at Wheeler and run into a bunch of Lauderdale County kids that were out there playing. That's what they were doing, was practicing or whatever. Where does the West Limestone team? Anderson's closed now, isn't it?
That is
Anderson Golf Course.
That is the place in the past that they have been at. It is closed now. So when I took over, I took a different approach this year. I didn't know how many numbers we would have. I didn't know if it'd be 2 or 3 or it'd be 25. I hoped one way, but you never know. So I took an approach this year. We were just going to be the away team all year in all our matches. We weren't going to try and host. We were going to show them what golf is, not just Anderson, not just Joe Wheeler.
Good.
Let's be honest, Anderson never should have opened.
It's similar to playing in a cow pasture.
It was.
And nothing against it. Hey,
no, it was just
it was
fun.
what it was.
They did what they could.
I played there once.
Oh, man.
Once.
But so with the kids that you recruited, Lainey, your friends that you've gotten out there, how much, were any of them golfers, or are you actually having to break it down and teach the game?
So from the girls' side, Lainey was the only golfer with any previous experience.
Oh, wow.
And on the boys' side, we had a couple of boys that have played previously, but not really invested into it. Once the golf small county championship and maybe one match is over, they don't think about golf again. So I would say from the boys' side, we had maybe one that was playing throughout the year. And we had a couple boys during football season went out and played in preparation of this year, knowing that it's coming. But before that, really no instruction outside of the season, nothing that they've invested into golf.
And we all know, guys, because we played, golf's one of those games. It's not like you can play, you have baseball season or basketball season and you move on to football season. Golf's something you better do all year round. It's not something you can just put the club down and pick it back up. It's you've got to practice in order to stay efficient.
I've got a team in the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament Thursday, and I've been to the range twice, so I've got to. I'd like to get on the course before then, but I was going to a couple of weeks ago, but they were aerating the green up in Mayberry.
That's no fun.
And it's Cross Creek Country Club in Mayberry, and I had the day, I had the time, and the golf course was closed, so I went and hit some balls.
So Lainey, is that something that you do? Do you like to stay out on the course a lot and practice as much as you can?
Yes, it really does play a factor. You can tell a difference on the kids who just, when it's golf season, they just picked up the club, and the ones that's practiced all year round in preparation for it.
Now, I can't think of anything. I don't have any driving ranges out that way that I know of, do you?
So that was a difficult part, taking all away matches, knowing we're just going to focus on seeing other courses. So we ended up playing 12 different courses this year. They got an experience from all the way in Gadsden, Alabama, to Schoolmaster in Florence, to everything local. So they got to see what real golf is, and I think that excited them too. It's not just walking out into just a field and hitting balls. And we used some resources and contacts. We had Mickey Wolf at Canebrake is a really good friend of mine, and he helped us out with some practice times and getting those kids to Canebrake. They shouldn't feel like they're any different, but there's a pride issue that like they walk on that course and like they're excited and they're like,
it makes you feel like somebody. It makes you feel like you're somebody.
I played there once and I felt different. Just being on the course.
You feel like yes, you almost feel like in the beginning you may not belong, but it still makes you feel like you're important. And
And that they go and talk to friends, and then that helps the recruiting. Like, guys, we got to go to Canebrake. Guys, we got to go play Schoolmaster. All of these things, and then there's a driving range right down here, right off Lucas Ferry.
Right there, Browns Ferry. Right,
that's not too
right where I was raised. I was raised right there.
Used to be Hot Shots. Now it's West Side Drive. And before the season, I talked with them, partner with Robbie there, and they've been tremendous. So they have helped us once a week. We practice there, and once a week we were at Canebrake, and then we kind of mixed it up, going and practice in different places. We practice in the gym a lot of times. We worked on short game. We worked on chipping. We used a lot of probably odd tactics this year, but we had to set a foundation. These kids are new to it, so we can't just turn them loose like most programs and say, hey, y'all go do your thing. Hey, y'all go get your lessons. Y'all go do it. No, we got to teach them the game, like the small things, the rules. Like we had rules practices. Like we sat in a classroom 3 or 4 times this year, and we went over rules. I gave them tests, all the things to have them prepared when they get on the course, because you're going to get out there, and you don't want to feel unprepared. And whether that's talent or whether that's rules or whether that's equipment, all of the things that we covered, and we tried to cover every scenario that you may encounter on a golf course.
It's interesting you say that, because you think about it, guys. High school baseball, softball, football, whatever it is, coaches aren't sitting down and telling you the rules. Because by that point in your life, at 16, 17, whatever, the rules.
Everything talking about everything you count on the golf course. Which hole is it at Wheeler that goes over the water? Is that 14?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so hole 13 is officially dubbed the snake hole.
Oh yeah.
Because my wife was there, I was there, and I was looking for a ball up in the rough. The snake run right over her foot, down into the hole. It wasn't a poisonous snake; it's a racer snake, but it was a snake. Oh no, that's something you. What was that? Oh, sorry, Benny. What was that golf course over there in Madison? It's long gone. Years ago.
Monrovia Golf Course.
Monrovia. A deer I gave a deer some chewing tobacco. It followed me around the rest of the house.
If you want deer to follow you around, just give them some of your chewing tobacco.
Yes, sir. So things that happen on the golf course.
But, it's really cool that they got to experience all those different courses. Moving forward, are you going to try to connect with Wheeler or somebody local, Canebrake, whoever it might be, to have a home course?
I think this year we will approach that. You kind of wanted to see how the program was going to go, what the response is, how the kids approached it after you present them with these things. And they took major steps in my mind of being a real program, a real golf team. They took it serious, showing up to practices on the course. They knew the rules. There's a lot of integrity that we taught. I was a little surprised at the lack of integrity taught to kids, and I guess us being in big events, like she's played in the U.S. Kids World Championship in Pinehurst.
Oh, that's awesome.
They've got they've got people watching you.
Yeah,
they're watching your strokes. They're counting your time between strokes, and you can get penalized for slow play.
Yep.
All of those things that I guess we knew the standard, and so we, like I said, through rules meetings, through all these things, we were going to hold people accountable the right way. So if you say, "Oh man, I had an 8 on that hole,"
yeah,
and I counted you as a 6, how do you approach that person in the correct manner and
professional
say, "Hey, walk me through those strokes. Let's get this right."
Wow.
And that's hard for kids who are new to golf, number one, and then that's odd to have those conversations amongst your peers.
With a young peer.
So those are things we had to kind of go through.
All right, we got to go, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us.
Definitely have you back on, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lainey, you too.
Yes.
I've told everybody who we are. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We'll be back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.
You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.